What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my series where we're trying to see how much I can improve in just 3 hours doing a time trial for a track that I've never time trialed before. This time we're going to go for Boo Cinema. So as always, I'm going to just do a quick run right now just as I am without seeing any strategies. See how fast I am, then we'll watch the world record, see where they boost, see what strategies they use. Then over the next 3 hours I'll try and implement them and see how much quicker I can get. So away we go. This was my first ever run, so I didn't know where to use the boot mushrooms at this point. That was something I'll be trying to figure out as I go past, but I didn't get a boost off there and I went way too wide to get them coins. Truly a poor performance so far as I jump down into this little movie section. So got the outside and then the inside here. The outside's obviously got the boost panel, so I was thinking about going for them, but in the end decided just to stick close to the corner, try and cut off as much time as possible as I do a little trick jump off there as well. It took me a bit wider than I would have liked, so maybe there might be some tech there to just cut that down, or maybe just don't trick altogether. Grab one coin here, found out you can jump there. I went on the rails there, went on the double rails, not even on purpose, it just kind of took me there. As I crossed the line, I kind of noticed that maybe this will be the spot to use the mushroom. Ended up using two as I didn't use one last lap around. Again, I missed both coins, but at this point it's probably not even worth going for them. Two more coins I can grab down here though, so I'll grab them. And then here we are again. Do I go for the boost panels? No, I do not. As I continue back up, try and get a nice jump off here. There we go. Not much here. Get another trick boost off there, go very wide. Do build up an orange mini turbo, but I do not think that's worth it. As we go down into this little cinema section out of the screen. Seeing all our fans applauding us and applauding this terribly slow lap I must be doing as I hit the double rails again and across the line. Well, the third lap is basically the same as that, so there we go, fast forward to that and there we go. New record of 220.241. Yeah, I mean obviously loads of time to be shaved off there. Let's take a look at the world record and see really what the difference is. So 206.751. What's that, 14 seconds we got to take off there? That is a big ask. Let's take a quick look at this and Alright, boost on 2. Let's see what he does here. Uses the mushroom on his first corner, which obviously I didn't do. So that could be a bit of a time save there. 2 coins, gets them both here. It doesn't look like he gets the orange mini turbo there, but he does. Goes straight up here. He gets an audacious little trick off that and goes tight to this corner, into this little off-roady section, looks like. It's actually a spinning like conveyor belt that changes per lap. So he's taking it wide of that thing this time on lap 1, as that second one is actually going the other way. As you can see, no funny business in the air, as he does get a trick off the little dip in the ground right here, which is good to know. Mini turbo trick and tricks into the wall and gets a wall jump onto the goal line as well. Gets another jump off that, and then just more of the same really. He's taking the tighter line the second time, because he obviously doesn't need them coins this time. Gets the other 2 coins as he got them the right 2 on the first one. And we see this crazy little trick off that edge of the track there, and yet obviously going around that intersection this time, and then he'll go on this intersection this time as it's going the other way and propel you forward, and gets that crazy trick on that one as well on the edge of the map right there. So very nice. Gets the other coin here, and then we can see this wall ride again as he just jumps into that and gets that wall ride off the start line, and amazing stuff. And obviously third mushroom goes there, so at that point I felt ready. You know what, I felt like didn't look too difficult, especially compared to Bowser's Castle. But you see right there, 1 minute in, I tried the first edge jump and just flew right off the map. But here we go. Here's my first attempt at the wall ride, and yeah, that's not how you do it, is it? Really? It's surprisingly difficult to get that mini turbo. I did get the edge jump 2 minutes in right there. I got that successfully, but that is not a precursor of good things to come, because believe me, that does not come easily, that edge jump. At this point I was like, you know what, let's cut the funny business, let's get the good car out. Obviously this is what all the world records we're using, so I'll use it too. I actually got the boost, I actually got the trick jump into the wall here, Yeah, but not really getting the wall ride. But crashed every time that lap. Didn't get a wall ride, but it is a new best, a new 2:17.7. So that's about 3 seconds up on previous time, but we don't really care about that one. This is the first successful wall ride I get. I did it on the lap 3. It wasn't actually a faster time, but at least it shows that it can be done by a mere mortal. Missing the coins on this one, lap 1. You've got to be getting them coins. It's harder than it looks like lining up for them sometimes. See if I go for the edge jump. I do, and I get it. It feels so good when you get that edge jump. Here we go. See if I... Yeah, here we go. The wall jump. Got that as well. Lap 3. I learned later on that you don't actually want to be doing that lap 3. You just want to go... Just get the normal trick jump off the here. Sorry, off the ground. I will change to Wario here because there is differences in the characters. And this little jump here, that gets me quite a few times over these 3 hours. If you miss the correct spot, it does just send you way up in the air, and you do not you just lose all your speed and just ruins your run. As just crashing into a signpost there, so just don't do that one, guys. Here we go, another unsuccessful wall ride there. It wasn't our last lap, so I shouldn't have been going for it anyway, but that is another new record. I've gone down to a 2:15 even with failing some wall rides. Get it successfully this time with 38 minutes in, 2 seconds behind world record, so not horrible at this point. And you could see I was never going to get that. I did not have the previous boost from the jump before. And just kind of a montage of me just hitting the wall here. It is surprisingly difficult, as we do get another record here, 2:13. So slowly bringing down this time. Here we go, 44 minutes in, lap 1, and I crash again into the signpost. Not very good. At this point, I felt, you know what? Just try and improve my own time. Stop trying to chase perfection. If I'm ahead of my time, let's just put it on the board and slowly get there. So that's what I did. Got the nice wall run here. Decent finish. We're half a second up on my PB. Got another good jump there. Can I get this one? Yep. Should be good for it, but no, we met the timing just off there. Still 1.5 seconds ahead of our PB. Let's see if we can get it this time, because you need this jump. You need the mini turbo to get that one, and then ideally you need to get on the 3rd lap, you need to get that jump as well to go across the line. But there we go, another record, 2:12.9. We're getting there. What, only 6 seconds off the world record now? 51 minutes in though, and sometimes when you get the wall ride, it just kicks you up way high in the air like that. Obviously not the direction you really want to be going. You want to be going forward, not up. But lap 3, we're just ahead of the ghost here. I do manage to get the jump there. Can I get this boost? I can. Can I get the final one? Yes. 3 for 3, and we get another record here. 2:12.5 basically. 54 minutes into this challenge. Slow little increments. Keep getting better. As we're behind here on lap 1. Get a decent low jump there, so it doesn't look, you can see we catch up with the ghost quite nicely. Here's lap 2 as the ghost doesn't do the wall ride, so we are actually ahead of the ghost at this point going into lap 3. Can we get 3 for 3? There we go, good jump. Oh, we do not get the final jump there. Could have been painful if the ghost was a little bit quicker, but there we go, another record. 2:11.4 now. We shaved like an entire second off that one. That is a decent gain. Here we go. Points in. Look, now we're rocking this. 6.6 ahead of our ghost. That new ghost. 0.4 going into lap 3. That's well alright. Let's see if we can keep this up. Again, this section on lap 3, you want to take the outside route. See if we can get a little wall. No, I cannot get the edge jump there, and that's ruined a perfectly good time. It would have been. I was what, half a second up at that point. Here we go, going into lap 3, this time with 0.3 of a second up. Here we go. Should take this first one on the inside on lap 3. And then I hit the little nubbin at the end of the road that just kills the time. And yeah, that was another one done and dusted. But here we go, lap 3 once again. We've made it 1 hour 12 into this challenge. Still ahead of our ghost. So let's see if we can put this one to bed. We get some decent little drifts through here. Let's see if we line up for the edge jump or not. It doesn't give you that much time, so I did try it. You can see my little bunny hop there. It doesn't give you that much time, but it is obviously, if you're chasing tenths, they are the kind of improvements you need to be going for. I tried that one as well, it's just not close enough really. But we are just ahead at this final section, so this should be a new PB as long as I can get these three tricks, and I can. There we go, new PB down to a 2:11. Very nice indeed. So what, we gained 3/10 off that time. That is not bad. Here we go. Moving on to a lap 3. We are basically neck and neck at this point. The ghost does just pull away, and then I just drive into the off-road. Yeah, but like, you've got to come back stronger from these kind of setbacks. As I just try to drive into the non-existent crowd of boos. Bit of a shocker of a few minutes there as I looks like I'm ahead here with 0.6 ahead, so we have done a stonking lap up until this point. Grab the other coin on lap 2. Here we go. Can we get the wall ride? We cannot. We hit the... Wow, we managed to get through and we're still 7/10 up. That was insanely lucky, and on the 3rd lap we're still ahead. Look at this. Can we get the 3 jumps? Here we go. There's a 3rd. Lovely. So even though we screwed up that 2nd wall ride, it still turned out alright for us, as we get a new record, 2:10.3 basically. So what, 7/10 quicker right there? It just shows that you don't need to get all these fancy maneuvers to improve your time. As I try for the edge jump there, I was behind on the ghost, just needed something. But you don't need to get all these things to improve your time. Just sometimes just a clean run without crashing, just getting the good lines, that will be enough. What won't be enough is crashing into that signboard for the millionth time as I do it again. After 1 hour 46 of doing this time trial, you would have thought that I would have learned to avoid that by now, but clearly not. As we're moving into the 3rd lap here, we're just a little bit behind our ghost, so there is potential if the ghost isn't so quick on this final lap. Or maybe I can go for an edge jump or something, as I do, and then fall off. But a risk I had to take. Here we go, lap 1, neck and neck with the ghost. Get the wall ride. Do we get a decent jump? We do get a nice low bounce there. Lap 2, let's see how it goes. That's the one where the ghost crashes through the signpost down there, but still gets a decent line. We're 1/10 ahead going into this 3rd final lap. We're almost 2 hours in at this point. Time is flying, guys. So not that long. We're 2/3 through at this point. Do I go for the edge jump? I do not. Do not want to risk it on a PB at this point. I do crash into the wall there. It does slow you down. I do avoid the little nubbing on the end there, which is good. We're neck and neck with the ghost right now. I take a real tight line through here. Very nice. And then I try for the edge jump and just screw it up. Definitely a big theme here is just play it safe sometimes. Doesn't every PB doesn't have to be the perfect race, you know. It's okay to just take it, you know, take it slow and get a decent race if you're improving. It gives you that motivation to really carry on. So does having a time limit. If you limit yourself to just 3 hours of doing a time trial, it's way better than having some unknown goal in your future. So here we go. 3rd lap, we are neck and neck with the ghost. We are just about ahead. We just pulled ahead there on that last little section, so the ghost was a little bit slow through there. Let's see if we can get this jump. We can. Number 2 coming up. Got it. Number 3. And we missed it. And then the ghost just pulls ahead and we lose. The easiest jump of the lot, and we managed to lose it. It was at this point where I noticed you've got to just take it a little bit further to the right to make the jump a little bit easier to get. As you see I do here, onto the wall. Decent. Look, we're neck and neck with the ghost. 2 hours 17 into this challenge at this point. Let's see if we can do it again on lap 2. It's the one where the ghost fails it. We do. We get a decent land and not 1/10 ahead. There we go. This could be the run. Is this the one that gives us a new PB, our first in quite a while at this point? Let's take a look. 3rd and final lap. We are ahead. We get 1 jump. Do we get 2? There's 3, and we've done it. A new PB, just about. Not huge gains, but that is a 2:10.051. which is what, only three seconds off a PB. I mean, off the world record at that point. That is not bad at all, guys. So we are 2 minutes 26 through this challenge. At this point, I decided to look at some other ghosts near my time to see how other people were running this course, see if I could learn anything from them. And I noticed this Bowser user wasn't even doing the wall ride. He was just using the pure speed of Bowser to just pummel down that back straight. So I thought I'd try it out and give it a go. So here I am. This is after 1 or 2 attempts, I think. There you go. At the end of lap 2, we are just ahead. I mean, end of lap 1, sorry. End of lap 2 coming right up. We are 0.16 seconds ahead at this point, so definitely on the cards a new PB at this point, as this ghost is faster than our current PB. Let's see how the rest of this lap plays out. Do we try anything fancy down here? Do I try for a gap jump? I try for it, but I miss it. The ghost does bump into the wall right there, so it's slowed him down a little bit, and I do get a better getaway down here. So we have gained on him here. See if I take a little bit of a nicer line through there, and we are ahead. We've pulled ahead just about. It's milliseconds in it at this point. We are truly neck and neck. Let's see if I can pull this out. Pull this one out that bag. Do we get the third jump? We do, and we're just ahead. Nothing in it, but that is a 2:09. We've broke that 2:10 barrier. We into the 2:09s. Very nice, but that's without it. That's without all the tech. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at this Penguin's ghost. Only got what, 26 minutes left to go. So I thought, yeah, let's go back to the full tech at this point. Bring back out Wario, as I do get a nice edge jump there, and you can see the Penguin lost a lot of time on the second lap, and that is where I overtook him. And then there we go. Look, a new record. It isn't that. It's a lot more manageable when you just set yourself tiny little improvements over time. That's what I really found out during this time. So that I think that ghost was only like a tenth faster than my last PB, but it really made it easier to just see where I could gain time. Let's take a look at this one. We've only got 10 minutes left at this point, so we've set some really good times so far. But I'm on a hot streak right now. We're facing off against HD Rookie right here. So take a nice line through here. Obviously take the outer line on lap 1 because that one's going the opposite direction. Do I get the little wall hop? I do not. The edge gap. I was doing this semi-consistently at this point. It's obviously not in this run, as I have pulled ahead of the ghost. See if I get a decent release off this. I do, nice and low. We are almost a tenth ahead at this point. And something else I noticed is you need to release the orange turbo as soon as you get it. That's something these faster times have been doing, is what I've noticed. I didn't get the edge jump. I got off a bit of a bad line there, but we're still ahead. Get a decent run down here. Let's see, take the inside line this time. The ghost is pulling away a little bit. Didn't quite get the gap jump, so couldn't close the gap on here. You can see he went for this ghost goes for a trick in the air. That doesn't actually speed you up at all. Here we go, lap 3, still neck and neck. The ghost takes a bit of a bad line into this first shortcut corner. Let's see if we can keep this lead ahead. I mean, it's basically nothing, it's minuscule. But can we do it? Do I try the gap jump here? I go for it, does not come out. Does he get into the wall? He does not, so he's pulled ahead. At this point I was looking pretty bad. I need to do something magical in this last corner. He goes a bit wide, he does lose a bit of time, and then he takes a dip into the off-road, it looks like, and I've pulled ahead with a last corner to go. Last 2-3 turns, it's just not mess up on his jumps. I've done it before. Can I do it this time? I mess up the jump, and here he comes, but I've just come across the line there. And that is a new PB. That is, it could have been, what, another 1/10 faster there if I got that jump, but I'm not complaining. A 2:09.6. At this point, we've only got 6 minutes to go. I thought I would challenge the world record again, as I do get the gap jump. And you can see this time just how much closer I am to the world record time. Obviously, he's still way down the road. It would take hours and hours to get that, but I did start to get that. Both edge jumps down a little bit, so you know, with a few more hours practice, I think I'll be able to shave maybe another second off that time. But looking at the 3 seconds I'm down on this world record, I don't think it's really going to happen. But yeah, that is it, guys. That is the whole 3 hours done. So let's check the final rankings here. So 206.7 world record, and I ended a 209.6. So just under 3 seconds. That's not too bad at all, if you think about it. I'm very pleased with that. I'll put a little graphic on screen about what percentage I am away from the world record after them 3 hours. But thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe for more. If you do want to take on this challenge, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you got on. I'd love to read them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.